Hey writers, this is Lee Jessup, career coach for emerging and professional screenwriters, as well as adjunct screenwriting professor with the David Lynch grad program for cinematic studies. I wanted to talk today about 3 things that you need to do to make your screenplay or pilot look like a professional screenplay or pilot. Aesthetics are important, and usually think about it with food, right? We eat with our eyes first. Oftentimes we read with our eyes first. And then with our eyes second as well, just in that we glance at material to give us a sense of whether or not it strikes us visually as something that has professional merit, something that looks like a screenplay that was composed by somebody who understands those visual standards that we hope to see in a professional screenplay. I did a whole video previously about the length of your screenplay. We do find that that's one of the first things that executives, that agents, that managers are going to be looking at, right? How long is that screenplay? Because that's going to inform where it's going to go in my pile and my priority. And if it goes way past what the page count should be, then I might not be reading it at all because it's not meeting those standards. But there are 2 other things beyond that that are very quick telltale signs, and a few others that I may just fit in there, that really speak to, is this written by somebody who understands screenwriting? So the first one being what we call chunky action lines. In a professional screenplay, be it a pilot or a screenplay, action lines are going to run 2 to 3, 4 lines at the very max. They're not going to kind of explain the action. They're not going to choreograph every move, but rather give us the broad strokes so that we can keep reading and keep moving along with the story. So when we look at a screenplay, oftentimes the first thing that will tell us, like, we don't know how much this person has read screenplays to understand that standard, or written to really kind of work on the economy of expression and action lines. We're going to look at those thicker, chunkier action lines that span, a chunky paragraph, a long paragraph. That usually is kind of a giveaway. The other thing is dialogue, right? Is dialogue quipped and quick, or does it read more like a bunch of mini monologues that we're going back and forth on? Did a whole other video about dialogue as well, but this is where we don't want to have too much exposition. We don't want to explain. We want to show, not tell. So we find that usually when we look for those visual cues in a script to tell us whether or not it's kind of professional grade or close to professional grade, we're going to look at the page count, we're going to look at our action lines, and we're going to look at dialogue. Few other things are things like scene numbers that don't belong in a non-shooting script and a development script. Scenes without headings, scene headings that are incorrect. But the big 3 things are going to be the ones that I just called off. So I hope you find this video helpful. Look for more coming your way. Of course, if you have interest, check out Screenwriter Support Group, and hopefully we'll connect soon. Bye.